Up to now, we will see the concept of mixed random variables as well as the CDF and their properties. CDF means cumulative distributive function. CDF can be represented as capital F of X. CDF can be represented as capital F suffix capital X small x. CDF means cumulative distributive function. Cumulative distributive function. And what is meant by mixed random variable? Mixed random variable means mixed random variable. R.V means mixed random variable. Mixed random variable means continuous plus discrete is said to be the mixed random variable. Continuous plus discrete is said to be the mixed random variable. In the previous class, we will see some properties based on this cumulative distributive function, right? Now, in this class, we will try to solve density functions. What is meant by density functions? One density function will be there, that will be the probability density function. Now we will try to cover probability density function. Probability density function. This probability density function is represented by shortcut notation. This will be the also said as PDF. This notation will be like this: small f(x) of small x. Here clearly you can observe one thing. In this CDF function, we can be represented with capital Fx. In PDF function, what we have to represent it by means of small fx. And we will try to see simple waveform, that will be the so what they will be given, this area, and if you take this area be the and A and this be the B. This will be said to be the discrete. Discrete means it will be in terms of just like in samples. Here you can see this will be different type of samples. Similarly, if you take this waveform in terms of continuous, what will happen? For continuous, small x. If you see, if the given plot is like this, then it is said to be the discrete. And if the given plot is like this, then it will said to be the continuous. For example, if you want to find out some area in the continuous, how to find the area? Area means simply apply the integration. So for example, if I want to find this area, how I can find? this area. This will be said to be the, this will be the B, and this be the A. How to find this area? You have to simply apply the integration for this, then you will get the required area. And here you can observe area under the curve is said to be integral. You have to memorize this point. If you want to find the area, you must have to apply the integration. If you want to find the slope, then you have to apply the differentiation. Slope means differentiation. Area means you have to apply the integration. Now in this case we will try to see some properties based on the continuous random variable. This will be the continuous. What will be the properties for the continuous random variable? You already know how the properties will be. Properties will be on like integration, right? Property be the, if you want to find the range, the probability of x in between A to B. Similarly, if you want to find the properties, so probability of x in between A to B, what will happen? That will be the integration of A to B, and PDF can be represented with a small fx of x, fx of x into dx. And similarly, and you have to put the note, this PDF must be the non-negative integer. PDF must be non-negative. And similarly, the another property, if you see, if you take fx of x, that will be equal to, that will be greater than or equal to 0, what will happen? This will be the minus infinite to infinite fx of x into dx, that will be equal to 1. This will be the simple properties for the probability density function. We will try to solve some questions based on this continuous random variable. Okay, let's see a small note. If you take probability of x in between 1, 2, 3, ORR x in between 4 to 5. From the CDF, I have to tell you, if you have the R means you have to simply represent it with plus symbol. If you have the and means in place of R, you have to simply represent it with dot symbol. So here P of x in between 1 to 3 plus P of x in between 4 to 5. Okay, and the simple question what they will be given. Similarly, if you take the same continuous curve, so our target be the find this area, and this will be the total area. This will be the total area. My point of interest to be this point. I have to find out this area, right? You already know this will be the B and this will be the A. And if you want to find the small area from that big area, that small area can be represented with the symbol some delta like that, some small symbol. This small can be approximately equal to 0. Very, very small, that means approximately equal to 0. Okay, so how you can take, here you can observe this will be in the form of rectangle, right? This form of rectangle. Our point of interest to find out this rectangle of the area. This will be the small rectangle. And if you find delta will be greater than or equal to 0, right? If you take this will be the 0, our delta will be in the greater than only. So delta greater than 0 means that will be the small. If you want to take the probability for this, how you can take? If you apply the probability P of x in between 0 to a plus delta. So this can be approximately equal to fx of, so here you can observe this will be the rectangle, right? Area of the rectangle will be the area of rectangle. That will be the length into breadth, L into B. So here this will be the A into delta, right? Fx of A into delta. And here, so this will be the length and this will be the breadth. So if you put delta will be equal to 0, what will happen? If you put delta is equal to 0, what will happen? This will become the 0, right? And before put the delta is equal to 0, just you have to take the integration for this. What will happen if you apply probability of x in between 0 to a plus delta? So this will become the a to b fx of x into dx. If you put a is equal to b, what will happen? If we take b is equal to a, in terms of b, I just want to replace with a. What will happen? This will become a to a fx of x into delta. You already know. Now we have to put this delta is equal to 0. What will happen? This will become the 0. Right? That means P of x in between 0 to a plus 0. So here you will get the p of x in between 0 to a that will be equal to 0. Right? In this observation we have to clearly note one thing, that will be the the probability of closed interval will be equal to the probability of open interval. How you can write that? That will be the probability of x in between a to b. How you can write? Probability of x is equal to a, right? Plus probability of x is equal to b plus probability of x in between a to b. You already know, if you put the b is equal to a, how much you will get the answer? That will be the 0, right? So that means here also you will get the 0. Similarly, if you put this, here also you will get the 0. Here you can observe, this will be the probability of closed interval, that will be equal to the probability of open interval. This will be the probability of closed interval will be equal to probability of open interval. Okay. Similarly, if you want, we have to solve some questions based on this PDF. Small questions only, then you will get to know. And we will try to solve the relationship between the CDF, commutative distribution function, and the probability distribution, probability density functions. There will be a relationship between CDF and the PDF. Now we will see what will be the relationship between that CDF and the PDF. Before move on to that relationship, we will try to solve that CDF, commutative distributive function, in terms of continuous random variable. There will be one interesting fact will be there in this CDF for the continuous random variable. We have to memorize that logic. And here, now let's move on to the next concept, that will be the CDF for the continuous random variable. CDF for continuous random variable. Okay, this can be represented with, CDF can be represented with capital Fx of x. So here, what will be the relationship? There will be the capital Fx of x, that will be represented with probability of x will be less than or equal to small x. Okay, this was the denotation. So continuous random variable means we have to represent it with the integration. So continuous random variable, CRV means continuous random variable. How can be represented? Fx of small x, that will be equal to p of x less than or equal to small x, that will be integration of minus infinite to some x, some finite value, Fx of small x into dx. So one thing you have to clearly observe here, if I take the capital Fx of small x, this will be our CDF. This will be our CDF. If you want if you want to apply the integration, what will happen? This will be the default, it will be taken as PDF. That means there will be a relationship between the CDF and the PDF. Then you will get to know, we have to take the simple example. That will be the, before move on to that logic, I just want to tell some shortcut for this. Here, if you want to take the ramp signal, if you apply the differentiation for this, what you will get? If you apply the ramp signal for the differentiation, you will get the unit step signal or step signal. And again, if you want to apply the same differentiation for the unit step signal, what will happen? This will become the impulse signal. And similarly, if you want to apply the integration for the impulse signal, what will happen? This will become the unit step signal. And vice versa, if you apply the integration for the unit step signal, you will get the ramp signal. This was the important concept. If you get this logic, if they will be asked any type of the question, you will be easily solved this type of questions. Generally, you can observe this ramp signal, unit step signal and the impulse signal in the signal systems. Alright, let's try to solve a small question based on this logic. Then you will get to know easily what they will be given the question. Example, this will be the step signal. They will be given X, A and B. This will be the 1 minus B minus A, 1 divided by B minus A. Here, if you want to find some small area, that small area can be represented with X. If I want, this will be then small area that can be represented with X. I have to make this some shaded region, that will be the X. Now you can observe here there will be no signal will be present here. Whenever we are seeing the A, you can observe there will be a drastic change in the signal. There will be an here you can observe there will be a drastic change in the A. Then it will be continued. So how you can take this? And here you can observe up to the point A there will be no signal. That means can't get any signal. There will be 0. When it will be reached A, there will be a sudden discontinuity will be present. It will be sudden discontinuity will be like this. When it will be reached to 1, at most it will be reached to 1. Why? Because probability of event that will be reached maximum value, that will be the 1. Then it will become the constant. Here you can observe this will be our ramp signal, right? Similarly, if you will take this step signal from the 0, how you can write this ramp signal? Here I can take some delay. I will be take this A and there I will get the step signal. My waveform or our plot will be like this. Suppose if I take the step signal from the 0, what will happen? For example, if I take the step signal from here, this will be the X and this will be the sum like this. This will be the 1 divided by B minus A. And here my favorite area be the like this. This will be the A, B, this will be the X. where my ramp signal has to be started? The ramp signal has to be started with the in the 0 only, in the 0 only, right? In this way it will be started, then it will be reached at some point, then it will be constant. Here you can observe, if you take this will be the amplitude, this will be the 1, and this will be the 1. Here if you take, this will be the 2 and this will be the 2. Here there will be an constancy will be present. So in this way we can solve the questions. And similarly here you can observe, and next if you take the another question, sorry, before case we have just to do some integration, not a differentiation, right? If you do the differentiation for that signal, you will get the impulse, but you will get the ramp. That means you have to do the integration, not differentiation. And if they will, the question will be like this. So this will be the -1, and this will be the 0.5 minus, and this will be the 0, and how much this will be given? They will be given as 0.7, and here they will be given as 1.5, and this will be the 2. How much they will be given for 3, and this will be the x. Now let's try to do the integration for this step signal. What will happen if you take the differentiation? If you want to take the differentiation for this step signal, you will get the impulse signal, right? So this will be the 1.0 and this will be the 0.5. Here you can observe clearly from -infinity to -1 there will be no signal will be present. Whenever you see the -1 there will be discontinuity will be present drastically. Okay, up to, so p of x less than or equal to -1, that will be equal to 0, less than or equal to -1. Here there will be no discontinuity will be there, that means 0, that means no sample points here present, no sample points. Similarly, if you see probability of x in between -1 to 0.5, -0.5, here also there will be no discontinuity will be present. Similarly, no sample points. So similarly, if you take here between case, there will be p of x is equal to -1. In the -1 case, you have the drastic change, right? This was the discontinuity will be present. So how much the values they will be given? Corresponding probabilities assumed to be 0.1 comma 0.2 comma 0.1 comma 0.4 comma 0.2. So if I want to take, this will be then plot. So if I take the -1, yes, there will be discontinuity, there will be jump will be happen. How much the jump? they will be given as 0.1 jump will be there. Next, -1 to -0.5, there will be no jump. Next, how much it will happen? It will happen up to the 0.7. When it will see the 0.7, there will be a sudden jump will be there. X will be equal to 0.7. Yes, jump will be there. How much they will be given? 0.2. For 0.7, how much they will be given? 0.2. And similarly, if you see from 1.5, there will be a jump. Probability of x is equal to 1.5, there will be a jump. In between cases I can't write. Why? Because 0.7 to 1.5, there will be a no sample points, right? Probability of 0.7 in between, x in between 0.7 to 1.5, there will be no sample points. Why? Because there will be no jump will be there in this point. Next, we will see from 1.5 to 2, no jump, right? Probability of x in between 1.5 to 2, no jump, no sample points. And similarly, if you see at p of x will be equal to 3, p of x is equal to 3, here you can see there will be a jump. How much they will be given? They will be given right, we missed one thing, right? Here -0.5. How much they will be given? They will be given 0.2. For 0.7, they will be given 0.1. 0.1. And similarly, if you take next 1.5, right? 1.5, how much they will be given? 0.4. And similarly, for 3, how much they will be given? 0.2. This was the plot for this example. Why? Means if you want to do the differentiation for this, if you want to do the simply differentiation, you will get the impulse signal. If you want to do the integration, what will happen? That's why you have to just simply remember here one shortcut table I have to written. Just remember that shortcut table. Okay, let's try to solve one more question. This will be the fx of x. How much they will be given? For 1, that will be the 1 divided by 4, 2, and as well as for 3, how much they will be given? 1 divided by 2. For 4, how much they will be given? 1 divided by 4. What they will be given? They will be given some impulses, right? Here you can see, if you have the ramp, if you differentiate it, you will get the step. If you again you have to differentiate the step, what you have to get? The impulse. Similarly, if you integrate the impulse, what you will get? The step. If you integrate the step, what you have to get? You will get the ramp. So I just want to integrate this impulse signal. What I have to get? I have to get the step signal. That means I have to take in the some minus infinite to some x values. You will get the required answer. So this will be the small fx of x. You already know this will be the d by dx of capital fx of x, that will be equal to small fx of x. This will be the relationship. So what they will be given? They will be given fx of x, and we just want to find capital fx of x. Fx of x, what will happen? This will be the, for 1, there will be a sudden jump will be present, and for 2 there will be no jump, constant, and how much? This will be the 1 divided by 4. If you take p of x less than or equal to 1, there will be equal to 1 divided by 4. And next, if you want to take p of x less than or equal to 3, how you will take? That will be the p of x is equal to 1 plus p of x is equal to 3. P of x is equal to 1. 1 means that will be the 1 divided by 4 plus x is equal to 3 means 1 divided by 2. If you want to take the LCM for this, you will get the 4, and here you will get the 2 plus 1, that will be the 3 divided by 4, and this will be the, for 2 there will be constant only, for 3 there will be discontinuity, you will get the 3 divided by 4. And similarly, where you will get the another discontinuity, that will be the 4, for 4, right? For 4 means p of x less than or equal to 4. How you can write? That will be the p of x is equal to 1 plus p of x is equal to 3 plus p of x is equal to 4. This will be the both p of x is equal to 1 plus p of x is equal to 3. How much you will get? 3 divided by 4 plus x is equal to 4. How much? That will be the 1 divided by 4. That will be the 4 divided by 4. You will get the answer as 1. This will be the answer as 1. And here you will get the doubt, what is this 1 by 2 and what is this 1 by 4 and what is this 1 by 4. This will be the size. This will be the size equal to how much? 1 by 2. And similarly here the size equal to how much? 1 divided by 4, right? Size equal to 1 divided by 4. And here the size will be equal to 1 divided by 4. Okay, next we will try to solve some problems based on these probability density functions. Okay, thank you.